like, hey! Oh, I feel like a flower. Stay. Hey, Putin. What?
Which army is better, Russian or American? Дорогие друзья, сегодня мы отмечаем самый главный праздник для всех стран бывшего Советского Союза. Поздравьте в День Победы ветеранов. Они нам подарили жизнь, когда спасли весь наш народ. Может, наши пути расходятся в настоящем, но нас всех объединяет наше прошлое. Поэтому этот выпуск посвящается именно 9 мая. Друзья, сейчас мы идем встречаться с бывшим армейцем, который служил в американской армии. Именно сегодня мы его пригласили, потому что я хочу показать ему песни о Второй мировой войне.
Hey, how's it going, bud? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Absolutely. I brought my buddy Joe.
Joe, how you doing, man? Nice to meet you.
Absolutely, I'm excited to do this. Ready to watch some videos, listen to some songs.
Have you ever listened before Russian songs?
I don't think so.
When you was in the army, Alistair.
Yeah, I was in the army back in the 90s, in the mid 90s. So I've been out for about 19 years now.
Okay.
So, but I love the military stuff. I love watching documentaries. I love watching stuff about the history.
That's why I want to show you Russian songs about World War II.
Oh, it's awesome.
День Победы, как он был от нас далек, как в костре потухшем таял уголек.
Sounds like that classic Russian singing. I like it.
I do like the fact that the patriotism, you know, the outpouring of national pride. Everybody's punch drunk with pride, just so happy. Stay. Hey, Putin.
Здравствуй, мама. Возвратились мы не все, босиком бы пробежаться по росе.
The Kremlin has got to be one of the coolest buildings there is. The Kremlin, it's got to be one of the coolest buildings there are. It's just, it's cool. It looks like it's fake.
Would you like to go into Russia?
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah?
Yeah, not in January, but I'd like to go in like July. And I'd rather not go in the winter. I enjoy watching stuff like that. You know, I watch the war documentaries and whatnot, and I think it's fun.
Песен еще не написаны сколько. Скажи, кукушка, солнце мое, взгляни на меня.
Война не место для женщин.
It seems like there wouldn't be a dull moment in it.
Just be brutal to be in. It's hard.
Солнце мое, взгляни на меня. Если есть порох, дай огня.
Война — это не только смерть, это еще такая жизнь.
I would love to watch it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really would. For sure. Absolutely. I think it looks real intense.
Если есть порох, дай огня.
The song itself it's great. It's really moving. Obviously, it's a love story, you know, about the film too. War is tough. It's just tough.
Like every year we have like this parade.
It's just funny to watch because you know, it reminds me of doing the same type of stuff in front of like the fort commander and all the battalions and everybody. I mean, it's so precise, how perfect. I mean, isn't it? It's just, I love that. I think it's amazing. Is this in Moscow?
Yeah, where is it held?
It is, okay.
It's in Moscow.
What a picture.
Do you know the
Look
Red
at how
Square?
great that is.
Red Square.
It's
Yeah.
the Red Square.
Okay. The video is awesome from the planes. It's amazing. Look at that.
You got the colors, the trails.
And this is how many people attend this? Like in Moscow, is it just obviously millions probably go and see this?
How long you have been in the army? How many years?
I was in for 3 years, and then but I've been out for almost 20. It was a great experience. You know, I think everybody, that's just me. I've always said it. I think after you're done, you know, your senior year of high school, that summer, after high school, everybody should have to just go and do basic training. Gosh, what was it? I'm trying to think. It wasn't a lot. I think it was probably somewhere around like 17, I think, or 18,000
a year.
Yeah, something.
So I just want to
I think it was yeah, I think it was about 1,200
we
bucks.
don't get any salary in the Russian army.
What?
And everybody have to go.
Становись! Равняйсь! Смирно!
На заре ты ходил по росе утром ранним.
A dynamic I'm 100% unfamiliar with is the woman side of a war, because I was infantry and there are no women in infantry, and so to think about like a woman dynamic, because they're so important in it, you know, and like my grandma was in, you know, World War II, so it's interesting to think.
А порою была словно зверь. А зори здесь тихие-тихие, как яблони соком налитые.
Well, and it's crazy to think of like when you're in war, yeah, when you're watching it on TV, I guess I should say, like you don't appreciate that moment. Like all of a sudden, you know, they see people, they know they're getting, you know, they're hunting, you know, or they're looking for you, and then all of a sudden, you know, I mean, it's real. The realism is insane.
Yeah.
To think that, you know, in the next moment you could be dead.
А зори здесь тихие-тихие, винтами туманов покрытые. И солнце, как лава, шмеля.
It's always just more difficult to see. It's always more difficult to see a woman die than a man. I don't know, you know, what it is, but it's hard. It's hard to see. Like,
Do you guys have movies, like American movies about World War II? Because we have a lot. Like, I don't know how many, but a lot. You know?
I mean, we do. As sad as it is, I can't necessarily, you know, I mean, obviously, like Tora, you know, about Pearl Harbor, and but I mean, and obviously D-Day. I'm trying to think what else. I think there's a lot more documentaries, not actual just like a movie. It's amazing that they're showing everybody going off to war. Back in the day, there were people like waving people off, like going in farewell, like cities of people going and like saying goodbye. And back then, it's like, yeah, let's go stop Hitler. Now they're welcoming back home after and so forth. Then and keep in mind, this is the 40s.
Nowadays, young people, we have a lot of privileges and we don't have to go that route. A lot of us have a lot of options, and back then people didn't have options. They were tough people and they rose to the challenge.
This generation, or you know, people keep getting more weak.
Yeah.
And weak and weak and weak, you know, and back in the day, you know, it was a lot more, you know, you just, what they always say, you know, pull you up by your bootstraps and keep going. Now it's, you know, I mean, oh, I feel like a flower, you know, I want to, you know what I'm saying? Like. It's the best part of war, or like any basic training, anything, is just getting a letter from home. It's incredible.
Tough conditions.
I was lucky. I was lucky. I didn't have to go through this. I had buddies who did this. It's all really realistic. It's very realistic.
Выпью целый мир, забив его глотком воды. О том, как встретил смерть свою, бою я. Когда я смотрю на небо, я летаю.
You know, that's the weird part about the military, is that the training that they give you, you know, to see a cohort go down and die, and for you to keep going, that's just, you know, it's inherent in all of us. And you just, it's a survival instinct that's amazing. It's got to be a weird situation, knowing you're gonna die and just laying there and waiting it out. That's a tough scene right there. Like, nobody survives. Nobody survived. Everybody's dead. That's a tough scene. And it's amazing too, just how much you miss people.
It was visually portraying pain.
Береты цвета неба и АКС в руках, и ветер от турбин прижмет траву. Мы засыпая видим синеву.
I love it.
Тугих, как струны стропах, нам ветры пропоют.
I kind of got out of it. It was like growing up, he was a parkour kid, you know, blah blah blah, and then you know, ends up joining the military. And
Никто, кроме нас. Мы падаем в небо на острие атаки, когда везде огонь. Воздушный десант.
yeah, and you know what's so funny about that too is what we were saying earlier, is like how the technology, and you can just tell, you know, how unbelievably different it is.
Is it different like with American Army? Do you watch like...
Oh, well, this type of stuff versus American Army, it's the same.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think everyone has a lot of respect for the Russian Special Forces, you know?
Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Никто, кроме нас. Несут купола.
It seems like there's more excitement and more kind of patriotism shown in this.
All right, guys, thank you so much for being for
Absolutely.
the video.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank
Nice
you.
to meet you.
Let's take a picture all together. All right, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Glad
Appreciate
to
it.
help.
Thank
Glad
you.
to help.
Пусть война будет только лишь словом, во всем мире прекрасном, суровом, и пусть прошлое не повторится. Будем к лучшему только стремиться. Поздравляю вас всех с 72-летием Великой Победы!
Это все, что осталось.